Says live video is starting. Does that mean it started? But now it's live. Hey, happy Friday. Happy last Friday of 2024. Next Friday will be 2025. Oh my gosh. Just yesterday was the 2K scare, to whatever it was, the going into the year 2000. And so, you know what? I was just asking, I can't see her name because she'll pop up there. Maybe and say, hey, I was asking Alexa. Oh, she's being quiet. Um, how many billionaires there were in the United States? And she said there's, as of like March or April, there was like 735 billionaires in the United States. That's not very many. But in 2 hours or so, I may be one, or whatever it is, hour and a half. Yes. Do you have your ticket? Billionaire. The next billionaire. Somebody's got to win it. So, let's see. When the first part of the week, I went to um, why can't I think of it? Um, the national park up there. Um, oh well, and saw another Joshua Tree National Park. I'd never been in the park. I'd been to the visitor center, and then I went to Yucca Valley and saw uh, a muffler man. He actually holds a muffler. You may have seen my post with that one, and went for some walks and hikes in the national park. And then I came home and I have a cold. I don't know why. I'm coughing and hacking, and I had sniffles. Put onion slices on the bottom of my feet last night, and that seemed to help a lot. Um, it really calmed down the coughing, and I'll probably do that again tonight. But so then had an awesome Christmas. Um, Went to my son's house, and most of my grandkids were there, and hung out with them, had breakfast. Then I went to Kyra's house, and my other grandkids were there, and my daughter, and hung out with them. Had a great meal of enchiladas. There were the blue corn enchiladas, or tortillas, and Alicia made a whole batch of dark meat chicken for me, and the rest of them were like white meat chicken. So, and then we had tamales and that. So, it was really good. I got some nice gifts. Um, um, a new CB radio for my camper, and I have a new pair of walking shoes. Those were gifted to me, and I have a couple of new jackets. So, yeah, it's all good. I had a marvelous Christmas. Hope you guys did too. Hope you guys can hear me okay. I didn't look at the comments yet. Last Friday night, 2024. Yep. Patricia, that was Sharon McCoy, #1 fan. Hi, Richard. Happy last Friday of 2024. She says she's #2 fan. She always says she's right after Sharon. Um, Lisa says, sorry I'm late. Okay, well, I didn't know you're late. I just looked at the comments right now. But Merry Christmas, Lisa. Happy New Year. Um, oh, you may notice a different background. This is my office. My laptop's still not working right. They ordered some special testing device to test something else, but um, it whether it whether they fix it or I have to buy another one, I'll just put that hard drive in it, and it'll be like just like my old one. So that'll be cool. And then so I'm not on my laptop. I didn't want to be on my phone, and here I am on, because the phone won't do landscape anymore either, Yeah, like in Facebook Live. It used to years ago. So here I am on my PC in my office. And you can see that the monitor shows right up in my glasses, so you can't see my eyeballs unless I look down. And brought the picture of my parents in here. How did I do that? Like, whatever, somehow. There they are. And I got the book. So I think I'm all set. So I got 620. And let me figure out where I was. Oh, here's the mark right here. Anybody have questions or anything? No. No more comments? We don't have a ton of viewers, but we got 6. That's nice. One thing about the computer, it doesn't tell me who's viewing. Well, in May and the first part of June, there was flooding in parts of San Pedro Sula and surrounding areas, with an increase in the cases of dengue fever and malaria. The 17th was notable because 2 bulls fought each other for about half an hour in the street outside of the clinic. We were up about 5 on the 30th of June, finished packing and saw 3 patients and were in Goyota's pickup by 9:05. Betty and I were in the cab with Goyota and Diana and another young woman, and a man rode in back with our luggage, covered with tarp because of light rain. We saw no flooding, but did see numerous tents and temporary shacks along the Autopista near the airport, with people that had gone there to escape the flooding for the past few days. We arrived at the airport at 11:50 and found Dr. Joyce and Exomera, a nurse, there. We checked in LACSA airline, LASA airline, then found Dr. and Mrs. Cole, who had just arrived from Pennsylvania. We all went to lunch together. We saw Ava and Susan, who were going back to Connecticut. We paid Godo 100 Lempora for taking us to the airport and loaned him $500. Why does this sound so familiar? Oh, I read this page. Sorry. $500 for the month. That way we'd be gone. Next, though, is Chapter 16, Honduras, the third 6 months. That's where we ended up. Betty and I began our 1-month leave from our clinic work in Honduras on July 1st, 1993, by getting up at 5:15 at Nancy's house. We had breakfast before Nancy left at 7:25 to go to work. At 8, Sasha went to her summer school program, and we took Charlie O with us to Richard and Kyra's house, really our house, that they are living in for the 2 years we'll be in Honduras. There we helped clean up the place and took 2 weeks trash out to be picked up. I was given belated birthday cards and Father's Day cards from Richard, Kyra, Aaron, Brandon, Alicia, Charlie, and Lori, and the Lesperances. The second, we met the Schultzes and the Pruitts at Carol's, originally Bob's Big Boy, then Allie's, on North Hill Street in Oceanside for breakfast that George Schultz paid for. Then Betty and I went to the main gate of Camp Pendleton to get new Navy ID cards and found that I had to present some Navy papers showing my discharge date, etc. Then we went to the Social Security office, and found that Betty would be put on Social Security automatically at age 65. I applied for the new Social Security and Medicare cards because they and my other ID cards had been taken by a pickpocket in Argentina, Antigua, Guatemala, nearly a year before.
After that, we took Brandon to Jack in the Box for lunch, then to Trader Joe's, then back to Richard and Kyra's, where I found the needed Davy papers and visited some with the pool caretaker who had installed an automatic chlorinator a few months ago. It worked well. We've returned to Camp Pendleton and obtained my new ID card. Then we returned to Richard and Kyra's. Um, the Pruitts offered us to use their travel trailer parked in the lot next to their house, located just east and up the hill from them. We took them up on the offer and would stay there for the rest of July. New Year's resolution? Oh, wait, Patricia, you want to know if I have a New Year's resolution? Hmm. I got a few more days to think about it. The third, we were up at 5:40 and found that I had developed a cold with sneezing, etc. We went to Circuit City and bought some 8mm and VHS videotapes and looked at keyboards because the church in Subriana wanted us to bring one back to them. They had given us $300 to buy one. That evening we went with the Dashes to Jolly Roger on the Oceanside Harbor for dinner. The 4th of July we were up at 5:30 and I read GMV booklet about the latest changes in driving laws and regulations. After breakfast we went to Nancy's, then the Hunsaker house, where I trimmed the trees along the driveway and the kids took down tents they had on the lawn and watered the lawn. I spent some of the afternoon editing 8mm video. Um, what's this that jumped up here? Okay. Roger Ward, hey, how are you? That evening, the kids got on the roof while the adults were on the back porch to watch the fireworks set off at the boat basin next to the Oceanside Harbor. We tried cooking some shark, but it smelled like ammonia, and we threw it in the disposal. Then we went out and bought chicken breasts. Nancy brought a cake decorated like an American flag using strawberries and blueberries with white icing. The 5th of July, we had breakfast at Nancy's, took the Inskips to lunch at Carol's in Northwest Oceanside. In the afternoon, we were at Richard and Kyra's, where the kids put up the tents back on the lawn. On the 6th, Betty and I had our teeth cleaned at Dr. Brault's on Cassidy Street. We took the Liangs to lunch at Mira Mesa at the Oriental Palace. My phone's freaking out. Catherine was wearing a black brace because she had recently sustained a compression fracture of her vertebrae. We then shopped at Horton Plaza in San Diego. On the way back to Oceanside, we stopped at Solana Beach and visited Raphael and Wilma Martinez and a daughter and two grandchildren that were visiting them. I'm not even sure who they are. That's okay. That afternoon, we had a session with Jane Geyser Carter and went over some business things with her. The 7th, Biddy and I went to the DMV and got new driver's licenses. For this first time, I must wear glasses to drive. We then went to Beth Bright's office regarding income taxes, then to Skip Holton's engineer office splitting the Hunsaker property into 2 lots. And we went to the post office and to Richard and Kyra's. At 5, we took the Schultzes to Dr. Bryden's for dinner, and Greenways, Collins, Stangs, Knapp's, Helzel's, and Martha Foster. After dinner, I showed up the group my re-edited 40-minute video at Honduras. 40-minute video. That's pretty short. I mean, we've been reading chapters and chapters. The 8th, we went to our storage location and got some different clothing Then went to Camp Pendleton where Betty shopped while I got some medicines. Then we went to SP Optical where I picked up a new pair of glasses for $120, and on the best we bought Julia a watch like Betty's for $100. Julia admired Betty's and wanted one. She said she would pay us in Lampours if we got it for her. She never paid us for it. She said it was stolen from her apartment and felt no obligation to pay us for it. Huh, that's weird. July 9th, I made a copy of the videos I made of the Kingdom Builders group of high school students from Connecticut and Honduras and sent it to them. Then I went to the harbor, bought a 1-day fishing license, and went fishing on the half-day boat with Charlie and Charlie O. Lesperance and Brandon Fox. The fishing wasn't good due to unusual strong currents, due to a hurricane off Cabo San Lucas, and also made it tricky for the boat to get in and out of the harbor. But it was a nice day. All right. Well, I'm at 6:31. So now I will mark it exactly how it should be. I don't know how I messed up last time. And find my bookmark. So, well, with that, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice weekend. Have a Happy New Year to Patricia. Yes, Happy New Year. We'll meet with you next Friday, which will be Friday, the first Friday in 2025. Cool. Well, you all have a beautiful day and talk to you later. I love you all. Bye.